You imagine that, the one where it's like, I have to go, it's 1.5 kilometers. I just have to, once I'm in, I have to keep going.
Yep.
Fucking crazy that you do it in the first place. But then if you get halfway, you're like, wait, some of these rocks have moved. This is too tight to get through.
Yep.
Well,
Here I am.
R.I.P.
And like, what do you do? Do you think, as morbid as this sounds, do you think they have a solution for that?
For if
Bit of a
it gets in there and
What, like a suicide pill or something?
Yeah,
oh,
I would,
Drop a grenade down the hole.
but you can't.
have a grenade.
No, I meant like the people who are behind me waiting, be like, "Hey guys, do it." And they're like,
Do it.
Are you sure? Yeah.
I don't want to be pulled up.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going.
Yep.
For once in your life, God, so loud, so singing. It's upsetting me. I can't remember this Randy Newman song.
Are you sure it's Randy Newman?
Did you say which one? You're not in the center of the frame. Cop that,
Are you
mate.
sure you're not thinking of Tandy Newton?
I'm thinking of Tandy Newton from
Westworld.
Mission Impossible
Westworld.
Is
2.
it friend? You got a friend in me?
That because she did that song. Westworld, where we are robots in the future. Don't have sex with the robots.
Oh, no.
Them.
I remember
short
what
people.
happened tomorrow. What?
Short the people got.
Nah.
He's not Italian.
It's short the people. I got
Short the people got.
Listen to me, mate. No, it was something about you something remember.
You remember it, your face on the wall, but you fucking up your cunt, baby.
I don't remember.
Shall I look up Randy Newman's discography?
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's everything I saw was. Do you know what? I know exactly the.
Little tiny people don't deserve to live. I think that was one of his famous songs. If you have a growth disorder, get out of my face. Nothing?
Sail away, sail away, sail away. He does have a song called Sail Away. This is John Goodman. That's not Randy Newman at all. I don't
Short people got. I can't do John Goodman.
Yeah, gee, that was a good joke. Sure, the people, they got no reason to live.
I just
I'm
did.
John Goodman.
Instead of just
I
doing.
play Fred Flintstone, the yowba dowba doo.
Instead of
I'm the
doing-
blue monster and
instead
monster
of-
sing.
instead of just
Come
doing
here,
John
boo.
Goodman, I did
Come here.
some blend of Randy.
My
and
wife
John.
Roseanne and blue collar guy. Mike Wazowski, where are you?
You see what you get, Larry? Do you see what you get? All right.
Oh, man.
No, I need to get the thing out to do the intro.
I don't want to listen to the intro if I'm frank. Actually, do you know what? I'm not going. I don't want to.
Put on Beck's headphones and you won't be able to hear it.
Oh, no, I'll only be here at 1 a.m. If I just yell over the top of it all the time, will any of you hear it as well? Because I'm genuinely embarrassed.
I'll just cut it out
Embarrassed.
and then just put it by itself.
All
right.
The power this guy has.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck you.
Hey, Adrian.
Hey, it's me, Randy Newman. Hey, listen to GMat. You got podcast
I
number
just-
187.
I just laughed like this, which is very strange. I went, which I've never done
villain
before.
laugh.
Good. Never do it again.
I did, right? It was horrifying.
Is somebody else connected to the...
No.
Yeah, it's me. I was going to play some Randy
Here we
Newman
go.
real quick.
I'm on.
You got it.
Ooh, GMat.
Oh, God, here we
Yay.
go.
That took all the air out of my wings.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you
When
were
it was
doing
like, here we go to start. And he's like, oh, God, here
Well,
we
because
go.
I know what's coming, not because of the podcast, just because I know what's coming.
Okay.
Woo, GMat. Hello, welcome to episode 185 of the GMat, a podcast.
I use this for the podcast. My name's Aidan. Jonathan. I sit to your left.
Music in the background.
Arguably, I'm the least funny, or arguably, I'm the most funny. But this week, boy, do I have some roasts for you. I actually don't. As of right now, I have no roasts. I can't see straight. I'm so fucking drunk. I love you. I love the podcast. I love Bubbles is the only person I can remember. But I love everybody else as well. And Beck and Ben. Love you. Goodbye.
Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Jägermeister, getting Aidan intoxicated one shot at a time. That intro was brought to you by Aidan. If you'd like to submit an intro, send it to contact@therealgmat.tv and buy some of our merch at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. And also, I don't know, you want a little extra stuff? You want a little something to get you through the work week? Go to patreon.com/the GMat podcast. There's the post show, which is a shorter episode recorded straight after this one, which is great. It's good stuff.
So
Thank you
good.
so much for joining us today. Cut the music. Hello, everybody. Before we do introductions for the podcast, I have something very special. Something very special I'd like to share. If my internet will load. There we go. Fucking hell.
Well, while you're finding that, I'd just like to congratulate Aidan on his apparent Brownlow win. That's what that clip sounded like someone had accosted you after the Brownlow festivities.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a strong team. We all
Impression
did
line.
it. The
It was
guys,
glued together.
you know, it's a game of two halves, and I think really it was all about teamwork. You could have done it without the ball.
And Beck and
I
Ben.
love you. Back in bed. Back to you, Matt.
Chapter 3.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter stared at the box wizardly. Why did it do that pain in his lightning head? The box was full on. Not just some regular box you'd put sunglasses on or Mentos or a Kmart gift card in. This was a different kind of box altogether. Hagrid carefully dusted off the box, really cool like they did with the box in Jumanji, the 1990s original movie, not the one with The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson. Really slow and carefully. Hagrid said, "This box, Harry. I'm not sure about this box. Strange things come to pass when people's be in possession of this here box, but I've had the urge to give it to you. Some sort of compulsion. Also, Professor Dumbledore told me I had to, but I'd have done it anyway. I would have. I'd had to. I would have done it anyway. Well, anyway, here it is then." As Hagrid motioned to give Harry Potter the Jumanji box thing, a huge bit of lightning happened in the sky. Just before Harry Potter could get the special Jumanji box onto his hands. He and Hagrid both looked up at the sky. Another bit of lightning, and then another. This was not regular weather lightning, not sky lightning. Another bit of lightning struck a street light somewhere distant down the way, and it exploded into a bunch of bits of street light. Then a bit of lightning went sideways across the road. "This is not good," said Hagrid in a way that made Harry know that he was worried. "What is it, Hagrid?" said Harry. "I'm not sure, Harry, but if it is what I think it is, we better be going now." "What, Hagrid?" said Harry. "I believe that might be Mr. Cameroy Clanditch come to find this very box."
Fuck, it's Cameron
Clanditch. "We must be leaving now, Harry. If he gets his hands on this box, it might just be the end of Gringotts as we know it. Or sorry, Hogwarts, I mean." "And also Professor Dumbledore will be rightly mad with me for that, he will." "Pop on the scooter, Mr. Potter." They got on Hagrid's 250cc scooter and he tried to start it, but it couldn't start because that's more exciting. It kept doing that wow, 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 wow thing where it never fires up. The pieces of lightning were getting bigger and closer. A tree got lightninged up and fell right into the middle of the road between them. It's as if the lightning was creeping towards them, which is, as you could imagine, would be pretty scary even if it looked dope.
Yeah.
Hagrid kept trying to start the scooter, but it wasn't happening. And as he was getting a bit sweaty, not just because he has that big beard and coat on all the time, but also because of nerves. "Blast the scooter," he said. Harry Potter was sitting there not really helping at all. Then he thought, "I could do a magic spell." "One got Calamity," he said, and waved his wand, which was in his pocket, by the way. There was a tiny puff of smoke or light or whatever looks cool contrasted with lightning, and the scooter started going on its own. Not even like the engine started or anything, it was just going like some mad-ass hybrid car, but even more quiet. The lightning was super close now. It zapped the number plate off Hagrid's scooter. It sat on the street smoking and it said H-Dog on it. They bombed around London insanely quick, like faster than you think a human could handle. Then a ball of lightning appeared in front of them in the distance. It got smaller and smaller until it was man-sized. A flash of light happened, and just as they got to it, Hagrid threw some weird magic cabbage between them and the lightning man, and it got big and swallowed them up very mysteriously. End of chapter 3.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger.
One God Glamsy could be the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. One God
He loves that one.
One God Glamsy! And only because I know that, like, to anybody that hasn't read Harry Potter or like Harry Potter, it definitely could be, it could be in there. Also, I remember as a child, there's a spell in Harry Potter called stupefy. And for whatever reason, the first time it came up, I didn't read the word properly. So for a long time, and this is multiple books, I thought it was stuffippy. Because I didn't read stupefy, I thought it was stuffippy.
Yeah, but you could do that a lot.
No, I don't.
You do that a lot where we'll be talking about something, like a video game or something, and you'll say like, the Chubacas. That's the one I remember.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the
what?
only other time I've ever done it.
No, there's definitely. There's,
what is it?
I said
I'm going to have to go away and think
it's
about it.
Chocobo, right, in Final Fantasy. But in my youth, I played Kingdom Hearts 1, which had a Keyblade from Final Fantasy, and it was called the Metal Chocobo. But when we were adults, we were playing it, and I said, "Oh, finally, I've got the Metal Chewbacca." And he was like, "What?"
Fully
Yeah.
just switched all the
I
B's
was
and
like,
C's.
Metal
That's
Chewbacca.
one of those things where it's two sides and you tear it off and flip it into the other one, isn't it?
Yep.
Chiboko. It's like half yogurt and half like honeycomb.
Yeah.
That's good.
My Metal Yopro or my Chobani. I made one mistake one time, and he's never let me live it down.
It's funny. It always comes back. It always brings me
I challenge you to
a
find
smile.
one more example because it doesn't exist.
I will. I'll find another
It doesn't
one.
exist.
Yeah, that's good.
Stuffippy.
I'm really sweaty under the arms now because before we do the chapter thing, the Harry Potter thing, I try to at least read it once. Like just before the podcast, I'll like look through it, and I didn't read it then, and now I'm really sweating under the arms.
If only we had like half hour before we thought we were going to start.
No,
the
I've
podcast.
totally forgot about it. So I looked at my notes and went, chapter 3. What the fuck's? Oh fuck!
It was good. You did well.
Thank you.
What
that
was
at
what was
primary
the spell
school?
that made me laugh? Stumblewind Flumpy.
Something like that.
What was it?
I blacked out. I was just reading. Honestly, I can't even tell you what happened in that bit of the chapter because I was just reading.
Motorbike didn't start. Cabbage.
Yeah.
Stumblewind Blum.
That'd be like when it would happen in school. Like, okay, we're going to go around. Everyone's going to do a chapter each. Fuck.
A
You're just
whole
waiting for
chapter's
it,
a
just
long time.
counting down, and around it comes, and then you just go into the zone. And you're like, and then they went to the place, and he said, and what to get to. And who can tell me what that chapter's about? I got no fucking idea.
My friend Jack was very confident about it. He was a big nerd, but he was like he knew he was smarter than everyone else.
Probably the best reader in the class.
It was kind of he used to love reading. He used to love reading in front of the class, and I could see him waiting like this. He'd have his little top button up. He always did, and he's waiting for it to come around. And he got to him. He was like, "Yes." I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was something like this. Schlemf. And he like went to say whatever, and he just said some just made up word that got combined, and then he just shut down. It was like, and Harry Potter was going next, please. It was
Really? He just like gave
fully
up.
shut down.
Wow.
And it's plus because he went Stammerkin, and everyone class erupted.
Oh man.
This whole world was a lie. I'm the smart kid. I'm
I'm the Slabkim. Fuck.
Surely you did if you were reading like line by line or passage by passage, I'd read ahead to know which passage I got.
100%.
And then I'd be like,
Start
that's
counting.
a pretty good passage. And then it got to me and the person in front of me just read 2 passages.
Yeah.
So now I haven't prepared my passage.
Or when you
My
look at
passage is unprepared.
you do paragraphs at a time, and you look at your paragraph, and it's like
I
the
was
person
always
before
the
he's like,
opposite. I was always the opposite. I always got the small one. I wanted the big one.
you're like, yeah, of course, yeah. I did like reading. I did like reading out loud.
Because
It's
I
like a
was
cold
in the
read.
same class with a lot of people that weren't very bright. It was like, duh, 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 duh. And we're reading Romeo and Juliet. And I'm
In
like,
their defense, Aidan was put back a year.
yes.
There's a couple of times where I would get away with being like, they would read it and I would do the. So basically, went to school and he said to her, yep, and went there, got in the car, blah, 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 blah. And if I just refused to do it any other way, they would either
would
skip
leave.
me or they would just go, okay, well, we get the gist then. Next one, please.
That's a pretty good tactic.
By the way, when I said Aidan was held back a year, and Aidan went, haha, that was your turn to talk.
Yeah, we did it again,
And
didn't we?
You didn't do it.
We did
And
it again.
I don't know what happened.
I'm
I said,
sorry.
yep.
I'm waking up. Back to you, Matt.
Back to you, Matt.
Well, I do have another note. It says roast.
We've become obsessed with roasting each other.
Now, is this the...
Roast time! Roast time!
This was supposed to be the end of the roast. This was going to be our final roast. But somebody did ask in the podcast Discord if they could write their own roast for us. So maybe next week.
I'm going to get roasted by a person from the internet.
Yeah, huh?
This is
What about
gonna be
that?
unnecessarily.
You don't like that
mean.
one?
Well, let's try.
Matt does a podcast on the internet. Maybe he should kill himself.
It's definitely going to be horrid.
Ben seems to think he's quite funny. Maybe he should kill himself.
Yeah. Aidan's gay.
No one's going with
Maybe.
that. Yeah, so those will be submitted. By the way, Aidan's here, Ben's here, Beck's here.
Hey, hi.
Yeah,
How are you?
that's true.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah, sorry.
And
sorry.
Matt's here as well. He's the host.
So I was thinking we would do it sort of similar as we did last week, where we go with one person and then everybody does their roast on that person.
Yeah, okay.
If you've written more than one, just do them both back to back. Just
Can we
so-
just... this time, can we shake it up and we just do all of our roasts in a row?
Like you get up to the podium like you would
podium.
roast
Oh,
the
okay,
room.
yeah. If
Let's
you
do
or
it
the
that way.
lectern, whatever you want to
Sorry,
stand
or the
up.
lectern.
yeah.
I think that's... I kind of like that.
If you'd like to do that,
Okay.
I'm not attached to my better idea. We can go with that.
Well, we tried your better idea once. Let's try that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. Ben,
Yeah.
why don't you start us off with your
Hey,
roasts?
that's fine. I can
Hey,
do
Ben,
that
are you
if
prepared for this one?
want. Yeah, I wrote down do a roast. That's what I've written.
Oh, okay. Freestyle roast.
So everyone, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for having me. It's so great to be here. So great. It's such a prestigious event. The second weekly GMat roast. So GMat's here, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Wow, there you go.
Well
He's here. He's a Twitch streamer, which means he makes his money begging strangers for tips and putting things up his bottom in front of an audience. Every now and then he goes on Twitch and streams too. Aidan Jonathan is here, everyone. We've got Aidan Jonathan in the house. Aidan is a talented performer. You can hear him performing every week on the GMat podcast, acting like anyone wants to hear his bullshit.
so mean.
Okay.
Beck's here, everyone. We've got Beck in the house. Beck loves energy drinks, which makes sense. If you're going to wake up at the crack of 4 p.m. to check the Star Trek message boards, you want to be banging on all cylinders. I suggested she switch to coffee once, but all her mugs are smashed to pieces under the couch.
Very good.
Oh, Beck's still here, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, Beck, you're still here.
But seriously, she's a very talented singer, loves energy drinks, such a warm person. She's one of my closest friends and confidants. I'll never forget when I first realized what an introspective mind you have, Beck. We were at a party arguing about something, I can't remember what. And you turned to me and in the most rational, considered voice, you said, Ben, it's just blackface. I mean, you did it in the voice, but...
Oh, boy.
Aidan's still here, everyone. We've still got Aidan.
Hi, everybody.
No, seriously. He and I go way back. He's been a constant. Sometimes we don't see each other for a while, but, he never changes. Whenever we catch up, it's like we've never been apart. If you ever need to vent late at night to someone, you can always call him up and talk about anything. As long as it's a Holocaust.
It's true. I did study that.
And the numbers. GMat is here, everyone.
Thank you.
GMat's still here. He's still here. He's a great guy, and he thinks he's a great driver. But how good a driver can you be if you killed that guy with your car about a year after I met you and got away with it?
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And then told me not to tell anyone about it. That's what the G stands for. The full version is woo, getting away with killing a guy with your car and not caring about it at all. Yay. He said no one would ever believe you. Even if you hid the confession in a podcast ostensibly billed as a roast segment where we make up funny things that aren't true, but you made it sound quite true because there wasn't a punchline, just a rambling confession. I guarantee you no one will believe you. I bet you $1,000 and no one will ever believe you that I killed that guy with my car. Aidan's here, everyone.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Aidan thinks he and Matt are quite close, but I bet he didn't know that Matt killed that guy with his car. Some interesting facts about Matt. He just won $1,000 off me. He killed a guy with his car in 2015. He likes barbecue sauce.
Oh, boy. Oh, my Lord.
Thanks so much for having me, everyone.
Oh, a good roast.
Yep. Let's get back to jokes and fun. Let's get back to jokes.
Gee, getting away.
Fucking good. God, you said my roast was too long that I was writing last night. That was a goddamn
That
soliloquy.
was hilarious.
My blood is boiling. It's going to happen again.
Beck, do you want to stand up to the podcast?
Yeah.
Plectrum?
I only have 2, sorry.
Please.
My brain wasn't in the game.
No, please.
Aidan's here today, everybody.
Hi, how are ya?
Wrapped in more cord than an electrical store.
Way.
That's very good.
I'm so glad you wore cord today.
I picked it out.
Okay.
Of course I did. What strange way to say that.
It's more like a
Your,
factoid.
your man didn't do it for you?
No.
Okay, this one, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's set the record straight, everybody. Ben does not have red hair. Ben has blonde hair and blue eyes. He also drives a Volkswagen and owns a Rottweiler. I mean, what is the... Sorry. I mean, what does the J in Ben J stand for? Jitler?
Ben Jitler? That's so fucking good.
Thanks for having me.
Shit.
Can I break down the process there?
Yeah.
Beck said Jitler last night in bed and we wet our pants.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, now make the rest of the joke so that the punchline can be Jitler.
Oh my God. What does the J in Ben J stand for? Jitler is so good.
Thank you.
I'll stand up to the podcast lectern. Ladies and gentlemen, Beck is here. Beck said that she was liable to cry if we roast her too hard today. Ugh, what a cry baby.
No, that's good. I do like it.
Thanks. Beck's here. Over the years, Matt always said he wanted to be married to an anxious lady who sleeps all day and lives off C-grade energy drinks. Oh, no, sorry, wait, he said didn't. He didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, damn it. Ben J is here.
Yep.
Ben J is an intelligent, well-read man, an excellent cook, superb in the gym, and an owner of a cool dog. Too bad he sucks as a friend. Ben J is here. Ben J, a valued member of the podcast team. Ben once admitted to throwing loose ham at homeless dogs in an attempt to shoo them off the road. Mm-hmm. He drinks milk straight from the bottle. He admitted to his constant rudeness to old people, and he once made fun of a German man's accent at a dog park. I don't know about you guys, but this Ben J guy sounds like a real jerk. Matt's here, everybody. I've never heard anyone speak to their parents like Matt does to his. I guess we were just brought up differently. Matt was a child of divorce, of hard times, and of terrifying older brothers. And my parents loved me. And
Damn.
that's all. Thank you so much.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks,
Very
thanks,
good.
thanks.
Very good. All right, everybody. Aidan's here.
Hello.
Aidan thinks jokes about him being loud and Greek are cheap and therefore not funny. Maybe if the Greeks had a better understanding of value, things would have turned out differently.
Oh, Greek economy joke.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Considering this is a roast, I'm surprised Aidan hasn't spent 10 minutes telling us how to cook it better.
Boy.
Beck is here. Beck is by far the most important member of the podcast. Her contribution behind the camera is invaluable. I mean, she has to wake up. Beck and I recently got into a pretty big fight because I made her feel stupid for not knowing how to use the microwave. In the same week, she was stoked I put scratch and sniff stickers on the buttons on the washing machine she doesn't have to press. Wouldn't want to make you feel stupid.
That's all just true.
Oh, boy.
And Ben J is here. Yeah.
Yay.
Ben J has a beautiful girlfriend named Georgia, which is surprising. Not that he'd have a girlfriend, but that she hasn't smothered him to death in his sleep. Also, in the group chat where you said let's not make jokes about appearance.
Of course.
So then I just wrote a bunch of Ben looks like jokes.
Please.
Here we go. Ben looks like a guy who knows a lot about NFTs. Ben looks like the guy in the drink driving commercial who kills the kids.
Oh, jeez.
Ben looks like a guy whose sheets have... Oh my God, no, all right. Skip that one. Ben looks like... No.
Oh, come
In
on.
the light of day, these are no good.
These are all 3 a.m.
Ben
jokes.
looks like he has a piss fetish. Ben looks like an old sea captain. Ben looks like he's hiding something
100%.
in his ass. Ben looks like he just smelt a fart.
Usually hanging around you, I fucking have.
And that's all.
Oh, you didn't end with Ben looks like his last name's Jitler? Come on.
Well, the one I skipped, I'll cut out, was Ben looks like a guy whose sheets have eye holes in them.
That's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
all right.
He loves Halloween.
Yeah, he loves ghost cosplay.
Cool. Well, that was that. I need my notes actually for the rest of the podcast, but
Yeah.
that was. I really
a lot of
enjoyed
fun.
that. Oh,
I got like
flushed.
shaky voice when I was reading my fucking jokes. I was so nervous. I was like, Ben J's here.
Oh man,
What a terrific audience.
Wait, which tweet for audience? Can someone tell me what the fuck Meta is?
I've got no
Meta,
Like the whole
like the metaverse.
Zuckerberg Meta thing that's going on. Does anybody know what it is?
I thought Facebook was changing its name to Meta, but it's still Facebook. But the
the
company's
company.
changed its name to Meta, and now when you log into Instagram, it has Meta underneath it.
Isn't there some kind of VR aspect? Because I saw a headline. I don't know if it was a joke one or not about a woman getting groped.
It's from The Onion.
Is it? Okay.
No, I don't know. I didn't.
I
see
don't
it.
know. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know enough about what Meta is to know if that is true.
I think it's him slowly angling towards us deleting our meat bodies and just existing in his digital world and somehow paying for it.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, I want to know more. I'm so interested. I want like a second documentary, not like The Social Network.
There was a
where-
documentary.
When I mean like a movie, like in The Social Network, he was fucking. Who played him? Jesse Eisenberg. And it's just not 100% accurate to him as a person. Because he's
so
fucking
weird.
Yeah, I want that weirdness. I want to know about
Nobody
him.
can be that weird unless you make a robot to
He
play
looks like
him.
an android. Yeah.
When he's doing I need to, like, he's drinking the water and he's talking to them and he's kind of getting all blinky. He looks like that robot they hit in the head in Alien. And he's like, and then milk starts coming out. Bishop.
In the Meta announcement video, he does this. There's this cut where he's like saying, and blah 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 blah, and then he walks behind a pole, some sort of structure, pillar, and then he comes out the other side, and it's clearly a cut. And he walks in facing this way, and he comes out the other side like this, and it's so fucking scary.
Have you seen Don't Look Up?
Yep.
The guy, Mark Rylance, is very odd, same as Mark Zuckerberg. He's pretty close.
Yes.
Like the weird fake teeth and just very soft spoken, like,
Oh yeah.
and that's what I kind of like. That's pretty close to Zuckerberg, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Like
think
in
that's
the
meant to be like an
weirdness.
amalgamation of all of
Yeah,
them.
because there's still Bezos and things because he's gone to space.
I was wondering watching that whether do none of them see that movie, or do they all have yes men that like Bezos yes men say, oh yeah, they're making fun of Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk's guys go, oh, they're making fun of Zuckerberg and Bezos, and they all just say like, oh sir, it's not you. They're saying boo-earns.
Yeah, the same burns. I mean, the video of who's Amazon man? Bezos. In the blue thing and the hat going is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. I don't know that.
He comes back and he's like just gotten off the thing after he's done his trip, and he must be
With
fucking,
William Shatner.
Oh yeah.
maybe.
And then Shatner's like having an amazing, like earth-shattering existential crisis. He's
Yeah.
like, it was so beautiful. And then,
Yeah.
and he's also a recovering alcoholic. And then Jeff Bezos comes in shaking fucking champagne in his
Yeah.
face.
I've seen that, but I was more focused on.
I didn't see
Him.
that. It wasn't that. I just saw Bezos like answer a question and like laugh like this fucking maniacal crazy person. Also, Elon Musk offered that kid like $5,000 to stop tracking his plane.
Yep.
Where's he going?
Which is like just a nickel out of his pocket.
Yeah, where's
Such
he
an
going?
insult.
Where's he going?
Also,
No, we're good.
apparently, one of his ships is going to crash into the moon. Did you read
Yes,
that?
Oh,
harmlessly, I saw.
No, that's not quite right.
Is it not?
It's a bit of space junk that's going to make a new crater in the moon, which happens all the time with NASA launches and everything. Everybody leaves space junk around.
Our ozone is covered in garbage
Yeah.
and astronaut shit. Do you know that?
No.
And it's hard. It would kill you.
China has just invented a new space garbage scow thing, which is
To
pretty
clean
cool.
space.
Yeah, to
That'd
pick
be
up the
good.
junk. Yeah.
Because if aliens came near us, they'd be like, oh,
Yeah, this place is gross.
oh, look at it.
I like the idea of an astronaut standing on the edge of the ship with a pool one. It's going like, doing that
And
thing.
they're coming at like 400 kilometers.
I like the idea of an ass just hanging out a little porthole.
You don't have to push. It'll just.
Oh, no.
An alien comes from the ship and they're like, this metal. What is this thing?
There's a button on the side. Which I imagine what aliens sound
It
like.
goes deep.
Oh my God. Then the guy's like, ah.
He's like, this toilet feels weird.
Oh no.
Yeah, astronaut bottoms. Well, this is the kind of content.
Would you
people
ever
come
go
back-
to space?
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on the circumstances.
Yeah.
You get to go to space.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the circumstance. Like, hey Ben,
guess so.
you want to go? You want to go?
I'm not
space?
going on Musk's thing. He's too much of a fucking
Musk. I've never ever heard anyone to refer him as Musk.
Yeah.
That's strange to me.
Do you see? I was watching that documentary, the rescue. You guys seen that? About, you know, remember the soccer team that was trapped? And
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the Thailand thing.
the guys, the divers that went. That's full on. That's a fun documentary. You should watch
Did
it.
they give the kids LSD?
No,
or
they
ketamine?
Ketamine. They properly sedated them like they were going in for surgery because otherwise they'd thrash because they had to go through these like little caves and shit for like kilometers.
And run out of air and all
They had to sedate them multiple times, so they have to get a certain amount of distance, and then they start to like move and wake up, and they have to give them up and give them a needle. And these guys are divers, so none of them know really what they're doing. They've just got a friend who's a diver and an anaesthetist who is like, do this, do that, do this.
They weren't Marines or anything?
No, because they had the Thai Navy SEALs,
Yeah.
and they helped a bit, but they're not like, they weren't prepared for cave diving and shit. They're like ocean divers and whatnot. So they're just these like British businessmen who on the weekend, this is like their hobby. They go cave diving.
Yeah, one of them died, didn't they?
One of the SEALs died.
This is starting to make that movie where they go to the moon and tunnel, or to go to the comet and tunnel into it. That one you were telling us about the other day.
Armageddon?
It's making it sound more believable.
Well,
But
Armageddon.
you're like, why didn't they just teach the astronauts to fucking...
Well, the
why
thing
didn't they
that
just
made me
teach the
think of
SEALs
that
to
was,
dive?
Yeah,
I was
you
watching it with
should have
Steve, and he was telling me that,
I think I'd have
that
a
when they
panic
were
attack
doing that,
watching
you watch the movie,
100%.
you're like, oh my God, it's so fucking harrowing. These guys are just doing it for the,
Yeah.
you know, because they feel obliged now. And also they're like, yeah, if any of these kids die, the Thai government's probably going to throw you in jail. I'm like, well, we still got to do it, I guess. But Elon Musk is like, everybody stop what you're doing. I'm going to make these cool capsules so we can put the kids in, and they'll be able to play like iPod music and stuff, really cool. And then we'll have them in there and they can just like cruise out of the tunnel. And he's like, some of these things are so thin that we can't even go through with the kid. We have to like go through and then pull the kid through behind us because it's so tight.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not going to work, Elon. Don't try and make these things. It'll A, take too long because the rains are coming. It's just going to flood the whole chamber that they're in. And B, you won't be able to make them small enough. And Elon Musk was just like, that guy's a pedophile.
Yeah.
One of the guys who's risking his life to save this soccer team, Elon just calls him a pedophile because he said his idea was shit.
Is this, they didn't have oxygen tanks. How could they?
We mean,
Well, if they can't fit through the space, or they do, but they just have enough.
yeah, it's just like diving gear, what you
Oh
would
my
see with
God.
diving gear.
So those people you see, I saw on TikTok a little while ago, a guy was like, all right, I'm going through and I
I'm
have
going to
to
have a panic attack.
I have to,
all these conversations
I
back
have
to
to
back.
breathe out to get in. And the gap's like that big. And
well,
he's
then
like,
that's a
all right,
place we
here I go.
don't go.
Exactly.
And he breathes all the way out and he goes in and everyone's like, hooray. And then he's like, hi, I'm in here.
Yeah.
If you get stuck halfway through and you breathe out, you could just break your ribs. It's that tight. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Or, in even worse, this one might have you make, because I really did. It was like, he was like, here, this is called the Devil's Tunnel or whatever he called it. It was something, it was something that bad. And he was like, if I go in, I have to go all the way because I literally can't come back. And it's just like this like 1.5 kilometer tunnel that he just has to go through, and he's doing these ones. And then I saw a video of a guy who was like, if you have to turn around, here's how you would do it in a thing that like you have to do like a 900-point turn. There's no way you can turn around, right? You're a human person. You can't just be like and turn the other way. So you just have to keep going.
There is so many shots of them like just crawling through this thing.
Were they
like,
filming them all the way through?
sometimes they got little GoPros. Some of it's recreations, but they're very good recreations. They don't make you feel like, oh, here we go.
Oh my God.
It's good.
Who does this?
Fuck me.
I don't ever want to go spelunking.
Fuck me.
You imagine that, the one where it's like, I have to go, it's 1.5 kilometers. I just have to, once I'm in, I have to keep going.
Yep.
Fucking crazy that you do it in the first place. But then if you get halfway, you're like, wait, some of these rocks have moved. This is too tight to get through.
Yep.
Well,
Here I am.
RIP.
And like, what do you do? Do you think, as morbid as this sounds, do you think they have a solution for that?
For if
Bit of a
it gets in there and
What, like a suicide pill or something?
Yeah,
oh,
I would,
Drop a grenade down the hole.
but you can't.
have a grenade.
No, I meant like the people who are behind me waiting, be like, hey guys, do it. And they're like,
Do it.
Are you sure? Yeah.
I'm all right.
I found another boom.
Yeah.
That's the Devil's Hole. I'm gonna have to find out what it's called because it can't be called the Devil's Hole. It can't be called the Devil's Hole.
No.
Oh.
No. It makes me.
Have you seen the horror movie The
Devil's Hole?
Is it The Descent when they go spelunking?
That's a good
I
movie.
refuse
I
to.
haven't seen it. I'm probably gonna watch it on Friday.
You should watch it. That's a good movie.
Yeah, everybody says so. And is it quite scary?
Yes, but it's one of the good ones where it's like, Jaws. You know,
Right.
it's different than a horror movies. It's not just like, oh my god, there's a stabber. There's a stabber coming to stab us.
Stabber.
Look out! If you say his name 3 times, he'll come and stab you. But first he'll do weird shit with like the microwave or the lights in your house, and then you'll close the medicine cabinet mirror, and he'll be standing there ready to stab you.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that they're down there and they can't see shit. Is
Okay.
the scary thing is like environmental horror.
Yeah, nice.
You know,
Atmospheric.
Is that the one where the cover is like all the naked people and they become like a skull?
I don't think they're naked though. But if that helps, Beck, yeah.
But it, like the teeth are feet or something.
Maybe.
It burned into my skull when I was like
Matt's getting hard.
7.
I don't ever
About
want to
the
be in a
naked
cave.
skulls?
The teeth are feet.
Are you into feet?
Are they? Ooh, we should watch that, man. I don't even like horror movies. But
Are you into feet?
No, it's a bit that Ben does where I said,
Where Matt admits to liking feet, and I remember it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
no, I said
fine.
I said I don't like bad feet.
But
But if he sees a good set of feet,
good feet.
he can't stand up for a couple minutes.
I'm not I'm not sucking a
He
toe.
can't stand, but he can lean.
But if someone has bad feet, I'm like, well, you've ruined the entire person for me.
It's teeth. You could have bad feet, but if you have terrible teeth,
But if someone has good teeth, you're not like licking their fucking teeth. going like
I
this.
often just pull the and just lick teeth.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between wanting to fuck someone's heel and not liking, toenails that are off in all different fucking directions.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Me think the lady doth protest
Whether
too
or
much.
not
He
I
doesn't
like
like feet.
to come on little piggies is no one's business.
Oh, you can't say that. Oh my God in heaven.
You know what I freaked out about the other day? Fucking having a panic attack.
Oh, yeah?
We were at a rehearsal and I was thrown off the entire night because first of all, we walked in and there was a butterfly flying around
Yes.
the green
There
room,
was.
and I can't stand it. I immediately just turned around and went the other way. And then when we're upstairs in the middle of the fucking run of the show, there is a
Fucking dragonfly.
dragonfly flying around the top, and it was doing that like woo whoo, and then I saw it go like
It was
sorted,
coming for you as
sorted
well.
out, and I went like an idiot, like moved.
It wouldn't have hit you, but it would have come close.
It threw me off the entire night, and I could hear it going like flying into the roof of the thing out of my. I was like,
It did
"Fuck."
leave after it dive bombed you. It left.
Yeah, but I was still just like I was.
Yeah, you're tense.
yeah,
Not
and
what it
sweaty.
came for.
Did you have a panic attack then?
No, I was just sweaty.
Right.
Yeah,
One of my roasts was going to be about butterflies for you, but I couldn't quite nail it.
yeah.
It ended up being, hey, GMat, look, there's a butterfly next to you, which doesn't make any sense.
Great stuff.
Thanks, man.
Back to you, Matt.
Back to you. There was a spider at rehearsals as well, and I got a little... Did I spit on you then? I'm
No,
so
something,
sorry.
something.
It probably was me.
Oh, it's rain. Just the rain.
Yeah, it's just the rain. There was a spider, and like where I sit, there's that wall behind me. I guess there's a wall behind you wherever you sit if you're inside.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Not if your back's at the door.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Embarrassing.
Got him.
Anyways, there's a wall behind you.
Yeah.
Spider
That's
on the
really
wall.
thrown me. Now, there was a spider behind me, and I was like, oh my God, check out that spider. That's huge. And it was probably that big, right? Too big for my
Sizable
liking.
spider. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a huntsman. I get we're in Australia, but fuck you. I can't live up to everyone's expectations. I don't like spiders. It was big enough for me. Okay? Not you specifically, and not the viewers specifically.
No, it's big. It's big.
It was a big
I
spider.
don't think us Australians like spider. I think we're like padding spiders.
Right.
Still just fucked.
Imagine if we were. Ugh. Anyway, God, I'm so scattered. There was one of the people in the cast was like, I've seen bigger. I was like, okay.
Cool.
That's not, I didn't say,
Put your
check
dick
out how big that fucking, I was like,
back in your
look
pants.
at it. Ew, there's a spider.
Also, it's not like the rule is you're only allowed to be afraid of the biggest spider you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen bigger.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, okay, I don't like that one. Yeah, but my one was this big, and I just turned around. I was like, nah, I can't be doing with it. hate that.
Tell me after the podcast because I want to know who it was.
Yes, I will.
Because yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
It was funny.
I enjoy that.
It was funny in the moment, too,
Hey.
because I was just like, hey.
I enjoyed that story.
Hey, thanks, man.
Just letting you know.
Whew.
What
Everybody-
other bugs have you guys seen?
What about that guy on YouTube that gets bitten by bugs
Oh.
on purpose?
Coyote Peterson.
Coyote Peterson.
We're
Yeah,
entering
I
the
like
bite
him.
zone. I love him.
You're entering the shock zone, or whatever is the sting zone, or the grab
The pinch zone.
The
He got,
pinch
I
zone.
saw he got bitten by a millipede or something similar, and he was like, that's the worst thing I've ever been bitten by. A millipede? Grow up.
Millipede.
Can I make an announcement to
Go
the
on.
community?
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about it a lot. We've brought it up many a time. The lathe video. But
And here it is.
That does not give people permission. Please, please stop sending me videos of people dying.
Oh no, don't do that.
Please
Oh my
stop
God.
sending me going, if you
is-
like the lathe video. I
You'll love
I
this.
don't like the lathe video.
Come on, it's the only thing you like more than feet.
The little piggies.
I have been getting so many messages of like, oh, the lathe video is pretty bad, but check this out. You know?
If you think the lathe video is pretty bad and then it's like, check this out, that means that's supposedly worse than the lathe video.
But none of them have ever been as bad as the lathe video, but they still ruin my day. And
Because seeing another person die is horrific.
sometimes it's, but no one ever gives me a description of what it is. and I'm like, okay.
But just so you're aware, this is sometimes what you do to me.
yeah.
So suffer in your jocks for a second.
But I will say,
Because you said, hey, and you want to see these people die? And I said, absolutely not. And
Good
then he
point.
just sent me the fucking thing of the waterfall cliff falling on the
Well,
boat.
this seems a bit.
oh, but that was on the news. That was on the news.
I mean, you don't
that was-
actually see anybody.
You
die.
definitely see the people, and then the rocks fall, and then people scream, and then it's over.
Yeah, sure, but you don't actually see any gore or anything.
Didn't ask for it.
And
though.
I will
Didn't ask
always
for it.
preface. I don't just go, hey, check this out. And I'm like, I wonder what this is, and click. And I'm like, oh, you know what I saw the other day? So it's these two guys. They're walking.
Here we go.
No, this is crazy. It's really crazy. They're walking. Fuck. It's a gas station CCTV camera.
Yeah.
In another country. And the guys go over to this lady to rob her. And the partner, like the two guys, one of them walks around the back of the lady, and the first guy pistol whips her in the head. And as he does that, he's obviously got his finger on the trigger.
Oh, God.
And he shoots his friend. It's just the worst timing ever. And his friend goes down. The lady goes down from getting pistol whipped and probably ears ringing from the shot. And then the guy goes, fucking, what do I do? And he goes to like grab his friend to get his friend out of there because they've committed a crime. And he's like, we can't do this. And he just bails. Then another gentleman out of nowhere comes up to the lady and goes, miss, are you okay? And then takes her bag and runs. What is going on?
What?
Where in the world is this happening?
What?
By the way, there's a lot of videos of this sort of thing where something happens and then a stranger just wanders in and goes, take my chances, and steal some shit from an unconscious or dead person. And it's the craziest genre of video.
That's bizarre.
But also, stop sending me these fucking videos.
don't do it. Is it just a few people or a lot of people?
Like 3.
It's gonna be a lot more
Too
now.
many. Yeah, way more now.
It's funny that like just do them as oh, someone sent me a and your whole like chemistry just changed. Like, all right, let's go think about some stuff for a minute. What is all this shit? I own all this fucking shit. I just sit here and I own stuff and
Fucking stand up there.
pay my rent. Why am I in a house? Why? What is this world even?
Existential breakdown.
Yeah, immediately. It's like fucking that.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you know what? I'm gonna go and see a movie tonight. I'm gonna call up my friends and we're gonna go and see it. What's it? Someone sent me why do they make cinema? What's the fucking point? You just sit there and have a light blast into your face for an hour and a half. I'm just gonna take a cool bath and
Cool
that's
bath?
all. That's all I'm gonna do.
After he showed me the lathe video, I drove home, and it's about 15, maybe 20 minutes to get home. I didn't listen to anything. There was no music. There was no radio. I just sat in the car, and I was like, oh, God. Oh, no. The whole time I was so upset.
It's gotten to the point of I'm desensitized to the point where now it's like that, and then I go, at least I don't work with a lathe. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm still alive. Let's go to the movies. Yeah,
I'm still alive, and I didn't die in that way.
yeah. Yeah, I do. The nightmares don't stop though.
Yeah.
So there's always that.
Can't fly there. Just keep on running.
Nightmares
Can't
don't
run away
stop.
from the thoughts.
Oh, my God.
It's funny like people just work with lathes every day and it's fine, and they go in there like, oh, another day lathing some shit, like spinning bits off stuff.
Yeah.
And then you see a lathe, you're like, oh, whoops,
Yeah.
live leak.
I
That's
just
not good.
would instantly check for any loose bits on me. Even if I was not going to go near the lathe, I'd be like, well, I can't today.
Always lathe nude.
If you were lathing nude and it grabbed your kyot, would it just pop off?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No kyot anymore.
You just wouldn't have a kyot.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
That
hurt.
was really stretchy, like puppetry of the penis. There was some
Gunked up the machine.
That being said,
It comes out, it's super long. You're like, oh, no, what am I going to do with this?
last week or like 2 weeks ago or something, I was like, I'm done. I'm not clicking them anymore. I'm off Win Stupid Prizes. We have a
Really?
mutual friend who sends a lot of interesting videos, and I
Yes.
just don't click them anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm
Yes,
like,
you do. Don't lie.
No, I honestly I don't, and I'm
You'll
like,
click 'em.
I mean, I'll click them and have a just to see where it goes. I'm like, no, because it could be funny. And then the problem is there's never a description, which is what I hate about these Discord messages. There's never a here's what happens. But yeah, I'm like, I can't. I gotta get away from that sort of
The
thing.
As soon
nightmares
as you
are
see
too
it's
much.
CCTV from a third world country, like, all right, it can't be that funny. I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah.
It's more like, it's like right now it's not affecting me, but I feel like on my 50th birthday I'm gonna wake up in a sweat and then just run out into the woods naked and not know why.
So just to give you some perspective, I went from.
I think it's
once-
pronounced perspective.
to give you some perspective. I once saw a video of army people. I think they may have been Americans in the Middle East, right? And they were clearing out. They weren't killed. They didn't see anyone die, but I could just hear them. There were people downstairs. There were enemy combatants downstairs, and the soldiers were upstairs. And they were screaming downstairs and shooting. The people screaming upstairs shooting, and they were panicking, right? And of course you would be, because there are people downstairs with like a rocket launcher and a fucking gun. It's like, oh my god, what am I going to do? And what are they going to do? And everyone was panicking. And I felt so uncomfortable after watching that video. I had to like sit down for a second, right? And that was my limit. That was how bad I could watch a video. And then Matt was like, you should watch this. And I did. And now I don't know what I am. Where do I
The
stand
barometer is gone.
as a human being?
Yeah.
Because if somebody says, oh, did you see it? People are like, please, I've seen the lathe video. And like, what else have you seen? You know, what do you mean? What else have I seen? Is there others? Do I need more?
Oh, there's a back catalogue of stuff.
You've said, and you've pointed out the one that you've seen.
That's the other
which-
one that I had seen.
and
That
that was
woman
like-
gets her
Yeah.
head cut
This
off.
feels like the commercial for Meta.
Well, I feel like a lot of people we've turned on to this for this awful thing. Like your mum the other day, Matt, mum here. What's the lathe video?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I got
wow.
that too from my stepmom. She's like, "What do I do to look up this lathe video?"
No,
I'm like,
no,
Do
don't
not.
do it.
Here's the
Don't
problem.
do it.
What I've also noticed just from the Discord and on Twitch and that is that there's a lot of people in our age demographic who've seen this sort of stuff but don't talk about it. They were
Yeah.
like, when they were kids, they
Yeah.
were on the internet and they blah, blah, blah. And they're like, it's so bananas, because I do remember watching my first blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's crazy that we all have this shared experience
Yeah.
that no one's talking
never
about.
went to
It's
Live
our
League.
Vietnam. The early days of the internet.
Yeah.
Just everyone coming back shell shocked
It
and
was
not talking about it.
4chan for me. It was never Live Leak.
I never got on 4chan.
I mean, I had a similar thing where a friend sent me a video from 4chan, and I was like, "Oh, I'm never, ever, ever going to that website."
It's such a weird thing that people have as well. Of like, we've described the lathe video in enough detail to know what it is
More
and why
than
you shouldn't
enough
want
detail.
it. And people are still like, like there's going to be a secret at the end of it.
Yeah,
It's just morbid
you're going to see
curiosity.
someone die and they'll be like, by the way, tonight's lotto numbers are. Like they just, I'm missing out on something. There's going to be something in there for me.
He did that because he watched it, and it's in like black and white, isn't it?
Which the lathe
The lathe video. It's in black
The
and white.
video
or,
he
like,
watches
such
with mad weld
terrible
over it.
quality,
It's someone filming a screen which has a security camera.
right? And then you can see high res pictures of it.
Oh, good.
But I never wanted to, and you saw them, and you said they were horrific. Of course they were.
They were far worse than the footage.
Because there's like, oh, that's chunks of a real person. And then it's like, oh, wow, maybe the prudes are right and video games are too. No, maybe I'm super, super conservative now having seen the lathe video. Maybe video games are too violent.
But the lathe video isn't a video game. And if it was, what a video game would be. Game over. Game over.
It's fucking
How do you lose? How do you win that game? Tap X the spin.
a
person died.
Pieces of your shirt.
Oh my god.
That poor man's family.
I've
That's
got-
really just your next Timmy video, isn't it?
My what?
Your next fucking Timmy video. What's that one that
Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy, there you go.
Yeah. I have Bruce jokes. If we want-
Let's go somewhere else.
Palate cleanser.
Who brought it up? You did that to us.
I'm so sorry.
Back to you, Matt.
Funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse
Put
you.
on your laughing shoes, fuckheads, because it's time for.
I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny?
Bruce jokes.
Welcome everybody to Bruce Jokes.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Me and Beck's, I guess, roommate. He lives in the granny flat on our property. He during the first lockdown, he started writing jokes which we thought were fucking hilarious and strange. And so we started sharing them on the podcast. And here's some more. There's only 3 today.
Okay.
So save them,
sweet.
soak them up.
Okay.
Bruce has been a bit unwell, so we're grateful to have him back.
Yeah, but in fine form, as you'll see, because I like all of these jokes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't my first rodeo. It's my 3rd rodeo. I shit myself at my first rodeo, and then I didn't make it to the second one because I fucked up reading the bus timetable. So yeah, 3rd rodeo. Wish me luck.
It's technically your second.
Yeah, that guy doesn't understand maths.
I love where I live. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the fish and chip shop. And it's a stumble, fall, and a piss to pissing my pants in front of Jason's house on the way to the fish and chip shop. The other day, I saw Matt and Beck pull into the driveway. I didn't see them pull out because they don't let me watch anymore. Bruce jokes.
Oh, that last one was very
That
funny.
was good.
I enjoyed those.
That was about sex.
That was about sexy times.
Yeah.
Sexy sex times.
Speaking of sexy times, I went to a sex shop yesterday. Never been to a sex shop before.
Tell me, Mel.
It was horrifying.
Yeah,
It was in Ringwood. It was not a normal one.
Is that the
Okay.
one that's like out the back? Like there's a back entrance that I've never been there, but I've driven past it.
Right. It's very clearly, and I say this with all the respect in the world, a front for the, I'm assuming, Chinese mafia.
Okay.
Because
With all the respect in the world.
yeah, because I'm frightened of the Chinese
Yeah,
mafia.
yeah, of course.
I went because a friend of mine wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be there. When you walk in, it's like a warehouse, but it's empty. And then at the back of the warehouse is the shop, right? So it's like really deep into the property, which is weird, right?
What's
So
in
you
the
have-
warehouse?
Nothing. It's just empty,
Okay.
right? See how I'm saying? You know, there might be some processing going on in there, if you know what I mean. Cocaine. So there was that, and the wall in the thing is painted with like a cloud.
How do I feel about this cocaine?
Yeah, right. You're processing. So you walk through, and then you get in there, and you have to QR code scan in, which is weird.
Oh
So
no.
now the government knows I've been there.
They're all gathered around that fucking like a space launch, all the computers and like, oh, look, guys, look, Aidan.
Oh my God, we got it! So I think that, and I thought that was very upsetting. And then I walked in, and then it hit me. Nothing hit me. But I walked in, and there were just sex toys everywhere, which of course there are, because I've never been to a sex shop ever, and I'm 26
Did you
years
walk
old.
in and go, oh yeah, of course.
I did,
That makes
but
sense.
in my brain I was like, and I actually said to myself, here we go.
Big
I
leagues now.
was like, okay, all right, I'm an adult. I'm in here.
Brace
This is
your
fine.
core,
Adults
breathe.
come into sex stops. Everybody has a something, right? This is not a big deal. This is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Oh, this is not a big deal. And I was walking around, and then it became a big deal because I sort of walked around a corner at the back. Okay, so when you come in, sorry, I'm all over the place. The desk and
It's okay, you went to a sex shop,
Right,
you're
the
frazzled.
counter was here, and then on the very far wall was all the DVDs. Right? And there were DVDs. I'm not renting a DVD. That's grotty. And then there were toys everywhere else. But I came in, I turned to the right. Oh, there's a wall of dildos. I came to my, oh, there's another wall of dildos, but those are realistic looking, which is very, very confronting. And then on top of those were like just heads that were like this. You could just fuck a head. Like, what the fuck? Right? And their eyes are terrible, and they had so much teeth. It was horrifying. And then I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess some people, that's what they need."
That is the most annoying part of a blowjob is the human body.
Like those clowns
But it was
at a
just,
carnival.
it was just a head, and they all had such horrifying makeup.
That's the problem is you have to keep trying to get it in while it moves from side to side.
Yeah, and then there was just there was like a glass box in the middle that was rotating as if, you know, this is our prized item, and it was just a full robot lady.
Oh,
And I was just
like the gummy from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I said something to her, and only because if she's real and sentient, I want her to know that I was on her side. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm sorry about this.
In case she goes on a rampage.
What if she does? What
She
if there's
sees
like
you
a,
and she's like, I'm sorry.
yeah? Well, I
Moves away.
always
Learning to love.
I always treat robots with respect.
Yeah, you got to say please and thank you
Yes.
to the robots.
They're really the old people of the digital community.
I've always said that. But anyway, yeah, I went to the sex shop. It was very uncomfortable. The guy that I was with said, I'd like this. And it was like a secret item that's off the menu.
oh, really?
Oh.
And
It's
she
like a
was
McDonald's
yeah,
thing.
she was like, what type would you like? And he was like, silver, I guess. And she was like, okay. And she just reached behind the cigarettes that were behind her and she went, is this what you're after? And he was like,
I think I know what you
yes, yes, it is. And she was like, okay, that's $50. And he was like, all right. And then
You're telling me that a sex shop in Richmond was trading illegally?
I know. It was crazy.
Shock, horror.
I've never bought anything off the books before. I've ordered a chicken Big Mac when that wasn't on the menu. That kind of felt like I was hacking the system, but it wasn't off the books.
So you guys went home and cleaned some DVDs?
There was a bit of leather cleaning happening for sure, yeah.
Beck took me to my first sex shop. I'd never been to one before.
Was it confronting?
It was, but it was also like
It was Sexyland, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like
See,
the
that's
most,
the
it was kind of
thing.
the
nice.
nicest one you
Yeah.
could go to.
and then I just started like browsing, and there was nothing that I wanted, and I was surprised how many clothes were there.
So many clothes.
And I was shocked by the DVDs.
Yeah.
That people still watch DVDs
Yep.
of porn.
Because you just have an endless supply on the internet.
Yeah, it was just very odd. And it didn't even occur to me that people might rent. I thought it was like you buy the DVD and then you keep the DVD,
See-
and then you have nowhere to hide the DVD.
Yeah, the person I went to the shop was not someone that I was going to have sex with. I didn't actually have sex with that person. It was just a friend of mine that wanted to go, and we happened to be in the area. And they were like, this shop, I know I can get what I need from this shop. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, if that's what, okay, sure, let's go. And if I had been, like you went with someone you're dating, if I had gone with someone I was dating, I think it would be a little bit easier on the
palate.
It's less cringy.
Also,
if you've
you
got
went to
somebody
Sexyland, and that's fine. That's like a superstore, and they advertise on the radio. Wicked Pleasures in Ringwood does not.
Sexyland. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Take
me now, take me
Sexyland.
Sexyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the jingle. Anyway, went
You
there.
know what I said to Beck when we got in there? It was a stupid thought. I think because I was frazzled, and I would never say this in Maya or Target or anywhere. But because I was so frazzled about all the sex things and the workers who were watching us look at sex things.
Yeah.
And then there was a like a mannequin up on the wall. There were a few different mannequins, and she was wearing something, and I was like, how do you buy that? But in my mind, I was like, it's all the way up there. But then, like, down on the wall, it's like, oh, that's for that one. And
Yeah, of course. It just feels weird because now why are you looking at me? Look at this. I'm looking at it, but doesn't mean I'm interested. I'm not into this. I just thought it'd be funny to look at this. Maybe it's not funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
You don't even want to pause too long next to any shelves.
Fuck.
Just
And
keep
how do you
walking.
even check out? It's hard enough to buy condoms at a fucking thingy bob, wherever you buy those.
I would rather buy condoms at Sexyland than at the supermarket.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, hello, 17-year-old girl who's working on a Saturday.
No, self-checkout.
I'm going to buy these condoms.
Self-checkout.
Yeah, it's true.
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
oldest lady you can find in the store.
Yeah.
Because she's like, anything else? You're like, nothing, thank you. See ya. Self-checkout. Flybys? No. Anybody else is like,
Bloop.
okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest having the person be like, do you need a hand or anything? You're looking at that's actually our best. Well, I'm just looking because it's fucking weird. I had never seen one of those before. I don't even know what it does. Like, well, that is the best one. If you want to look cheaper, I don't know what it is. I don't care what the price bracket is. I don't know what the fuck it does.
The names. Oh, you're looking at the Pussy Licker 3000,
Yeah.
are you? Oh, great. Auto Blow. It's Cristal, so you can see the action. So what are you talking about?
We have a sample version to try.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Nan actually gave me the model she was after. I'm just going to try
Yeah, the
Kris
names
Kringle.
are fucked. Oh, God.
I wasn't embarrassed to go to the. I mean, admittedly, I wasn't buying anything, but I wasn't embarrassed to go to the counter because I saw the two other people that were in the store, and I think the server was just happy we were wearing shoes.
Oh, they were wearing
know what I mean?
shoes. I think I know this story from you.
I also think the second you walk in with a lady on your arm, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're untouchable.
Yeah.
You're clearly not going to be a creep.
Why is it, most of the people who shop there frequently are people no one wants to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're going in to get a toy so they can fuck something.
It's all like, it's not just the toys, it's all like, they're marital aids. They're not just for one person. Like, clearly
Yes.
no one will fuck you. Here's a piece of rubber to do it.
Yeah.
It's all like fun and
Yeah.
friends and stimulation, blah, blah, blah. And it's clearly people that are just wearing a trench coat.
Yes.
I told you, the DVDs.
Although I walked in with hat, glasses, mask, and like nobody can know who I am here.
It's got to be the best
And then
time
scanned it
to.
with the QR code.
And then I was like,
It's got to be
Aidan.
the best time to go sex shop shopping right now. Because everyone, you got a mask on, you're like, nobody knows
Nothing
who
against
I am.
sex shop shopping if that's what you're into.
No, but I mean,
was
it's
just so
inherently
uncomfortable.
embarrassing. It's a bit embarrassing. You're going in for something private, and it's,
Yeah.
you know, some people obviously be like, you shouldn't be embarrassed, and you're a piece of shit for suggesting it. But at the same time, I am, and I'm sorry about
Yeah,
it.
how do I go up to the counter and say, do you have anything for this? I'm looking for something that can help me with this. And they're like,
I'm looking for something for dick and balls. Do you have anything?
my balls are a little long. Is there anything we can do to kind of rustle them up together? You know? Like, how do you... And the person behind the counter is just like, aisle 6.
My friend sent me here. They said that you guys may have something for an ass.
Not sure.
Yeah.
You looking for whole or, you know?
I don't, you know, honestly, I don't know. They just said, go there. They've got ass stuff.
They've got, that's their new promo ad. We've got ass.
Stuff. Oh, boy. So
Good
maybe
sauce.
I'll have to go to Sexyland now to have the opposite end of the spectrum, because this was a 65-year-old Asian lady behind the counter didn't speak English.
Yeah, you went to the Aldi. Now try the David Jones.
Yeah.
What's that spa? The Endota.
Endota
Sexyland
Spa.
is the Endota of sex shops.
Okay.
You walk in, they give you a little robe. And
Does it
cucumber
smell like
on your-
stuff?
They put potpourri in your bag to take
Yeah,
with you.
yeah. Welcome, please. And it's just like new age music.
Yeah, that's...
I
okay.
liked it.
I also love about Sexyland, not to give my patronage away, but they give you the bag that they give you doesn't have Sexyland on it. But I've also never seen that bag used literally anywhere else.
What
so
type of bag is it?
it's just got like this red and blue pattern on it. Doesn't have the logo, but
Just
I've
clearly
Just a
Sexyland.
little
Nev-
wink and nod from the
Yeah.
in crowd.
yeah, exactly. If you see somebody walking down the street with that, you're like, I know where you've been.
Good on you. Get some.
Also, the bag's vibrating when they walk past. So it kind of gives it away.
It smells like coconut.
You look in, there's just a head gone like that.
Help me.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys somewhat of a philosophical question?
Wow.
Please.
What do you picture? And I'm interested because we all have pretty different. Sorry, Ben. Do you need to go?
That's just fucking boring.
Okay. Damn it.
Holy fuck! Oh my God in heaven!
We're done with the roasts, man.
So
I was enjoying it.
when you guys picture
We have particularly different what?
upbringings,
Yes.
what do you picture? And what do you picture when you picture an Australian?
An Australian.
An Australian person, a quintessential. If you had to picture an Australian person, what do you see?
Weirdly enough, I see someone wearing khaki.
Khaki
Yeah.
pants, shorts.
Yeah, shorts and like an akubra. I kind of see like
An akubra?
yeah, what's the guy?
Russell Coit.
Russell Coit.
That's
So
exactly who
you
I
see
thought
that
of.
kind of. You
I
see
kind of see
that.
Russell Coit with Uluru in the background. I'm racist to Australians. Because that's not what all Australians are like. Oh, I'm Australian, hello. But that's what I kind of see if I see a quintessential Australian. Because everyone that I equated Australians with were from Broken Hill. Because
Okay.
everyone in Melbourne was super Greek. You know? I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm Greek and bisexual and I can sing.
What do you see, Beck?
I was also going to say Russell Coit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well done.
Ben?
You guys ever follow the brown cardigan Insta?
No.
Pretty much that. Like just a guy all hunched over in a blue wiper, like, you fucking mangled dog!
Yeah, that's also something.
That's
I'd
where
say.
I land. I'm picturing short footy shorts,
Yep.
thongs, Southern Cross tattoo,
Yeah.
VB like,
Southern Cross tattoo on their ankle.
yeah, and a blue tank top.
Yes.
A blue tank
yeah.
top,
With
yeah.
oil stains because they're a mechanic.
Yeah. That's what I picture when I picture an Australian.
Yeah,
nowhere
that's-
near the requisite amount of teeth in their head.
No.
100%.
Nowhere
yeah.
near it.
And mullet,
Or a rat
without
tail.
a doubt. Saying things like, you know?
Mate, you mess with the fucking bull, you get the fucking horns, alright?
How do you say Luna Park backwards? Grab anal.
Oh my God. I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Been thinking about that a lot because what is the fancy version of Australia, and why don't we picture that?
Like Turak.
Yeah, but like
Brad.
Do you mean the actual fancy version or like what people think Australians are?
yeah, like what people because
Because I think they think Crocodile Dundee, like the clean version of Russell Coit, like the know-how,
Irwin.
tying a bunch of different weird knots, yeah.
is that what people from other countries you think they would picture?
I think so. Like,
Well, nowadays, if you ask somebody who's Australian, I reckon they'd say Hugh Jackman and Margot Robbie. Right? Because they're just Australian people.
Yeah, but like
they're
you're
the
not
most
thinking of a
famous.
person, you're thinking of an idea.
Yeah, I guess if I try to picture just an Australian, not like the quintessential Australian, if I just picture an Australian, I can picture anybody. Anyone. I only know Australian people. So that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, I think about all the people I grew up with, all the people like that. Just pop into my
I
head.
guess for the rest of the world, it's kind of like I guess if you were going to do a famous actor, it'd be like the Chris Hemsworth, like the kind of the surfy, like, no stress, bro, all
Yeah.
good, whatever, like the Ocker surfer guy, like, it's all sweet, mate.
Incredible
talk a bit of
body.
shit, whatever.
Doesn't do anything to do about it. Doesn't go to the gym. I understand that.
Did you guys ever watch Lost?
Yes.
Lost was like the first time I ever really thought about what it was to be an Australian compared to...
Who was Australian in
Because
Lost?
Emily de Raven or whatever her name is, there was that one Australian bird.
Raven.
And her accent just like was so jarring every
It's so
time she
upsetting.
talked. I was like,
Worst.
is that what we fucking sound
No,
like?
don't.
Do we sound? Do you think we all have Australian accents?
What do you mean?
Because I don't think I have an Australian accent.
Of course you
I
do.
would- but when we're doing the play, I had to like rough up my accent because people tell me I sound like British. As people say I sound British.
But the British and the Australian
But
accent,
Australians tell you that.
That's true.
British don't say that.
when you get to the higher end of like the
So if I go overseas,
if you go to
people
England,
think I'm-
nobody's going to...
people think I'm Australian.
Yes.
Wow,
definitely.
I have Australian accent. Okay.
yeah.
This is
But it
news.
depends how
Yes.
depends how far you go. Like Beck says, when I hang out with my family, it falls into a pit. Like I
Like,
go real bogan.
you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my dad, if he goes back to where he's from, he'll be like, yeah, g'day, come here, go. No worries, mate.
Yeah.
But if we're here, we're just talking like regular adults.
And that's how regular
And
adults
this is
talk.
how I talk most of the time.
Yes.
I put on an accent for the show.
It's great.
That's how I talk.
Come here, darling. Someone at JB Hi-Fi said I sounded British again.
Afternoon poppycock.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that thought. I was hoping it would go somewhere and it didn't.
Well, is that something to do with your dream?
No,
You mentioned a dream earlier.
I did.
Have you skipped over it because...
Yeah, because I don't like talking about the dreams, but the idea of the dream was very funny, and I thought maybe Ben might do something with it. So
Well,
I
now he
had-
said he's boring.
the
so-
dream was we were all on a boat, and then I saved the president of Australia, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
Finally.
The president of Australia, who was, by the way, Obama.
Okay.
So I saved.
G'day, Matt. Oh, thank you very much for saving me. I really appreciate it. On this boat, was sinking. Life raft. Doing a great job. Thank you.
You're overestimating my brain because he was American. Yeah, so I don't remember why
Allegedly.
we're on the boat, but yeah, still haven't seen the birth certificate. I didn't save him on the boat. Anyways, he told me I could because I saved him. He told me I could have any lore I wanted.
Lore.
I love it that that's so in depth for
What
something
was
that
the
makes
law?
no sense. It's all these weird abstract things put together just so that you can make up this thing. The one law. It's all just to get to like, what law does Matt want?
And it was that when I clap, everybody has to join in. And that was like, and then I like this, and everyone had to join in. Well, there I said, I was like, penis, 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 and I just kept going to places.
Really?
Yeah,
That's the law.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do it, you will be arrested.
yeah.
Hey, that guy's not clapping. And now I'm not clapping and saying what you want. So now I'm arrested.
And then you have protests against the clap mandate.
So I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything with it in the dream. And then when I woke up, and I just started thinking about, I think I'd go into a school and be like, shit, balls, shit, and get all the teachers to be going, shit, balls. Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of like, he's here.
And it was also cool that in my dream, that's what I came up with.
It's kind of like, what's that Simpsons episode where everybody has to agree with Bart?
Yeah.
That's kind of like that. That's
Yeah.
the vibe
They
I'm
think
getting
the wrong
from
thing
that.
and then they go,
Yeah.
have like a weird head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I get from that. You walk in, you're like, hi. You're like, please don't.
Such a lovely, innocent, childish dream. It's like,
fuck.
and then the boat was sinking, and then Prime Minister Obama, he was gonna sink, and then I was like, not today, buddy. And then I grabbed him, and then I took him to the earth, to the land, and then he said, Matt, you can have any wish that you want, any law, because I make the laws, and you can have any one you want. And then I made a really cool law where I could clap, and everybody had to clap. Otherwise, they would have to go and be in jail for as long as Prime Minister Obama said. Because he and we were friends, and he got me a go-kart.
He didn't give me a go-kart. Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.